When I tell you the agenda is real, it is goddamn real, and it is very much alive. I came across this image a couple days ago. I'm recording this on Sunday, June 2nd, 2019, by the way. Of course, you will see it a few days later. And I don't give a damn what anybody says. There is definitely an agenda out there to make black men look like this. Now, everyone knows that this is something that most women would wear. However, some women would not wear this. But that they have taken something that most women would wear and turned it into a quote unquote gender neutral thing. This gender neutral thing, or this gender fluidity, or this intersectionality bullshit is just that. Some bullshit. I swear, we are currently in a time where people are going against science. It's like, why even have science anymore? Why is that even a word? Why is that even a term? Let's just take it out of the book. It no longer exists because they are doing everything possible to make us look like this. Now, this particular company called ASOS has made crop tops for men. But notice who they use as a model for their ad. A black man. And we can tell that this person is definitely black just by looking at him. And he's wearing two different tops for this ad, both of which do not look good on a man whatsoever. And it's obvious that they could have easily used anybody else, but they wanted to use a black man for a specific reason. And they always are using a black man for a specific reason. But I just got to ask the people who want to model these clothes a question. Is there anything wrong with saying the word no? Do you have to say yes and agree to every goddamn thing? Like, are you thinking about the end game here? Many are not. They're only thinking about that check and how fast they can get deposited into their account. I wonder, speaking of check, not to count their money, but I wonder how much did they get paid for this ad? And then some people are coming at it from the standpoint like, why do they even make something like this at all for men, period? Let that be something that women wear, which I too also agree with. Now, I did see some other images that had white men, but their tops were much lower and looked more masculine because, one, like I said, it was way lower and it was more loose. It almost reminded me of those kind of tops that the football players wear, where their jersey was untucked from their pants and it kind of flies out. That's what it looked like. That's, you know how like you saw people back in the day and they used to wear those shirts around the house that kind of were loose, but they were kind of cut. That's what they had the white men wearing, but they put the black guy in this tight crop top, half, more than half, because that's way more than half, mid-cut shirt. Like, what are they trying to promote here? They're not trying to promote just a product, but they're trying to send a message to black men, and that this is what they prefer to see you as. It's no secret that they're trying to see black men this way. I was listening to a live stream that Kendra D, and shout out to her, had today, and she was talking about black masculinity versus white masculinity, and she said that when it comes to black men and white men, there is no comparison. The black man's masculinity will always reign supreme in her eyes, and it's statements like that which shakes up the establishment and scares the hell out of them. So what do? They rebel and respond with images such as these. Like I said, this is more than them just advertising a product. This is them advertising a lifestyle or a look or an image that they want black men to look like. Hell, if they didn't want to put this on a person, they could have easily got a mannequin and used it on that. But they immediately put this on a black man and expected us to be quiet about it. That's the thing. I think I talked about this in another video. They keep expecting us to be quiet on things that they don't expect us to make so much noise about. Well, I'm sorry, I couldn't keep quiet about this. There's not enough money in the world that they could even pay me to even wear something like that. And I bet you he got on them tight ass skinny jeans too. Another thing I wish would just go away as well. When I be seeing people wearing them skinny jeans, I'm like, I'm gonna need y'all to eat some more. I don't know why so many of y'all, how in the hell did being real thin skinny become a thing? Back then we called that being anorexic or bulimic, meaning you had an eating disorder, which means you were sick. But we touched on that skinny jeans thing before, and that's not the topic of discussion, but I just had to throw that in there because I just have a feeling that that's what he has on. Based on the body shape, he appears to be skinny. You would have to be to squeeze into something like that. You know, somehow, some way, I bet if Terry Crews got the call to advertise, to be the face of this, he probably would pick up that phone like it was nothing and hop his big burly ass down there and squeeze into that, because that's the only way he's gonna get into it, is to squeeze into that top, both of them. But yeah, like, this to me is completely unacceptable. I know what they're trying to do. Well, at this point, they're not even trying, they're doing. Because they used to do it subliminally and ease their way in, but now they're all the way in there. They're all the way gone with their fuckery. And then, if you really think about it, they almost tried to also make him appear and look feminine, even with how his hair is styled. Like, I can see everything happening right here. But now, I don't agree with this at all. At all. Because they always use a black person for these type of ads. They'll never use a white one. And if they do, they'll try to make them at least appear masculine with the look, like I said before. But we know what they are accomplishing at this point. We know what they're accomplishing. And what's so sad is you will have some people that will applaud and cheer this on and say that they will go out and buy it. Do y'all remember a couple years ago when they came out with those male rompers and how they tried to make that into a fashion thing? That thing only lasted for like the summer that it came out, and then you didn't see it the next summer because a lot of people complained about it. Like, rompers for men, I'm almost scared to see what the hell they're going to come up with next. Because I think I asked the same question when they had those rompers. What are they going to come up with next? Boom, here it is. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. I will talk to you in the next one.